I'm back. Another night of stone carving. And tonight we're doing the McLaren. Requested by a big Oscar Piastri fan. I'm hoping for him he's going to have a good race this weekend, which will be nice. We might be able to bring him some good luck. Oscar's number is 81, his driving number. I could pretend I already knew that, but I didn't. I had to look it up. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the 81 down here at another point. Which will be nice. So I'll just take my watch off. As everyone drops on, we say hello. It'd be nice to hear from everyone. Last night's feed, I don't know why, it just had a really nice feel about it. I'm just going to bring you back so you can see some of the other stuff we're working on at the same time, so people who are tuning in know what we're doing. It seemed to be working properly tonight, getting this camera in the right position. I mean, I know what some of you will say, it doesn't work well any night. I think it's the lighting that's wrong. Maybe that's better. We'll try it at that. Yeah, so we'll try that for a little bit. You better tell me if it's any good or not. So how's everyone's day been? Mine's been a little bit eventful, but maybe I'll tell you all about that in a little while. Saying someone at work today, the feed we did last night, I don't know why, I don't know what was different about it, but it just had a really nice feel about it. And we've had some grey feeds, it just had. It just felt like, it felt slightly different. I'm sure it'll be the same this evening. Let's see if anybody's about, that is. I wonder if there's a day of the week what suits some people more than others. Had a few more requests today. And no one's here. It's Kitty. It's there's normally quite a few people in watching. I've only just started, but normally we get a few people dropping on. You're the only one, so thanks for dropping a comment. There's normally a few. I must have picked a bad time or a bad day. And I never carve on a Thursday. I've only ever carved once on a Thursday evening actually, and I remember it being an awful turnout. Something about Thursdays. But at least you're here. How's your day been? Or how's your day going? Not sure where you are. It could be morning where you are. McLaren has not been very popular. Oh, I've got 7 people. 7 people on. We'll get you a bit closer now. I've just looked on my screen. It's not very good there. That's a little bit better. I like the fact that we didn't swear on there from the Only Savage. I'm not dropping anything in the swear jar tonight. Well, I suppose we are already 10 minutes in. Could always happen. Maybe everyone's out celebrating their GCSE results with the family. Am I in the attic? I'm not in the attic. It might feel like I'm in the attic. I'm actually at the bottom of the garden in the shed that it's a tiny little shed, so I've got a big workshop down the road, but I like just messing around at the bottom of the garden. I call it the tiny workshop, little workshop at the bottom of the garden. It's sometimes it feels like an attic. Not sure I'd want to carry the pieces of stone up and down the ladder I've got for my attic. I could give it a try though. I've got a new workshop coming though. I can't wait for that. I'm very excited. So I've been buying some bits for it. New workbench, really long workbench, really good one. We're having a new easel, new lighting. So I was just reading some comments. New lighting, new easel. I'm going to take a lot of stuff there from my big workshop, and over time I'll shut my big workshop down. Yeah, that's why I moved the camera earlier, because of that. Just getting that around there. Oh, I just saw somebody said hi, whoever that is, hi. I just glanced at my phone. Yeah, so tonight is McLaren. It was requested by a Oscar Piastri fan. So for any of you who don't know, this piece of stone I'm doing is full of different logos. You can just see Michael Jordan there, and you can see the Mercedes one here. You've got a little flick of the tick from the Nike down here, and we've got the monster sign out of shot you can't see. That's what we're doing in a minute. People are requesting logos, and tonight is the Oscar Piastri one from the McLaren. There's a little one-off shot as well of an Apple logo someone requested, and then I've also got marked out the YouTube symbol. Well, we'll start with McLaren and see how we get on. tools I'm using, these little tungsten tip ones, but you can see I've got this one sharpened on a bit of an angle. See if it'll focus on there. Sharpen it on a slight angle. I like these 4mm chisels. I like one sharpened on an angle. It's nice to use. I don't do any of the other sizes. I don't know why, but I find a 4mm is really good. Thanks for dropping in, The Only Savage. Thanks for the good luck. Maybe we'll see you again soon. Good old thumbs up there. It's a strange one today, so not fully feeling it tonight because so for any of you who don't know, I'm a park ranger. I look after a lot of volunteers, like 1,200 volunteers we have on our books. And one of them who suffers with addiction today was out with me, and he's not been looking after himself. I found out, and he struggles with his diabetes, and his blood sugars went really high, like really high, and I take him to hospital. At one point I thought he was like proper bad. I looked at him in the back of rang an ambulance for him. They said it was a 4-hour wait, so I got him in the back of my truck. I took him to A&E and I looked in the back and I had to pull over because he was in a real bad way. He was dropping in and out of consciousness. I think he was so close to going into a diabetic coma. It was scary, really scary. So it's been a bit of a day. I've had been working with a lot of substance abuse people at work, sneaking stuff in. It's been one of them days. So yeah, I've been taking him to hospital. I'm hoping he's all right. And I thought, well, I'll come down anyway and carry on doing some carving. Kind of decompress for a little bit while I'm down here. Just carve the McLaren. It's not going to take too long. So we've got a question. Where in the UK am I? From Ross. I'm in the Peak District. Peak District National Park. I'm biased, but could be the most beautiful place in the country. And where are you? No, it's not the lakes. No, it's not the lakes. So it's between Manchester and Sheffield. It's the oldest national park in the country. I live in a place called the Hope Valley, which is North Yorkshire. Well, you're not too far away, North Yorkshire. My son lives in Furth. That's North Yorkshire. He's a Royal Engineer in the Army Corps. So no, you're not too far away. So yeah, between Manchester and Sheffield is a place called the Hope Valley. It's actually famous for, where I live, the village I live in, it's famous for the bouncing bomb. The bomb they used in the war. Whitby, I like Whitby. Into Whitby many a time. Yeah, the bouncing bomb was practiced here when we were bombing the Germans. Oh. Bastard camera with the hammer. Happens a lot. If you're new to the channel, you'll know that. You'll not know that, but it does. Anyone who's been here before is used to that by now. Yeah, I like Whitby. So I used to build all the dry stone walls for a local firm called Bradfield Brewery before I became a park ranger. Well, many years ago now, probably 7 or 8 years ago now. And they do a cookbook with Whitby Scampi. They use some of their ale they brew. They use it in the cooking for the batter. It's nice as well. Christmas time I'll buy some them mini kegs. I like them mini kegs at Christmas time. Well, thanks for subscribing. That's nice of you. It's always like a new subscriber. We're aiming to get to 10,000. I think we're on about 7,500. So everyone helps. But if you're interested in carving, now you're subscribed, or you want to give it a go, so there's loads, like 150 videos on the channel. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to move that again. I can't believe that, how far away I need to have it on that angle. It's that lettering. So certain letters you need to come from that angle. And with these A's and these E's, you've got to come around that angle, which means you're going to bash the camera a lot to know the look of it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't want to because it'll take it too far away from the screen, but I've got no choice. Yeah, as I was saying, there's about 150 videos on the channel, all different stone carving, bird baths, lettering, dry stone walling, reviews on chisels you can have, discount codes. There's all sorts on there. So, and we're actually giving away a set of chisels soon. So there's no better time to subscribe to the channel. It's a tool hollow now. No, it's not the same tools as you'd use for wood. Yeah, I mean you can, but it ruins them. There's a video on it of carving with tools you can find. So these are tungsten tipped, they're not hollow, they're solid. This is a really thin one. I mean there's stacks and stacks of them, all different sizes, just below here on the bench. Tungsten tipped, Italian tungsten, brazed in the ends, and if you can just see there, sharpen them on a diamond stone. Looked after, they'll last a lifetime. I'm just gonna check out the video of the whiskey. So what whiskey we're going for? I'm new to the world of whiskey. I've only really become a whiskey drinker in this last, well, since Christmas really. I did buy myself a Balvenie, which was quite nice. Oh, nice. Irish. I've had a couple of different Irish whiskies now, lots of Scottish and Japanese. I bought, while I was weirdly in France, I bought a nice Japanese whiskey. Yeah, Scottish is expensive. Everything's expensive nowadays, isn't it? You can't go to the shop and buy anything without costing a fortune. Yeah, I've probably got 6 different bottles of whiskey. One which I found in my late father-in-law's cupboard, what he was gifted to. It's 25-year-old. I can't remember the name. It's got a wax. It's a black, like pot with a red wax seal on top. Really nice. I googled it. It's like a couple £100. It was gifted to him as a present. He was the captain of a ship in Singapore. Really nice. So it's not mine. It's my wife, really, because it's her family's. But it's on the shelf. It'll never be opened. That's quite cool. And I found a few little short ones, little small ones. Some of them are rare whiskey, and for such a small little bottle, fetching like £60. I've got a friend who I work with. He's a big whiskey man. They do a local whiskey evening. Well, I've only ever been out of him once drinking whiskey, and we were meant to go out for one drink. he was meant to go back with some chickpeas to his wife who was making a curry. By the time he got back, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. He'd gone out at 8, 2 o'clock in the morning. She found him with his jeans folded up perfectly neatly in the corner with 2 cans of chickpeas on top, and he was asleep on the kitchen floor in his underpants. So it's so no, that didn't go well. Just saw there that Ash said he'll drink it for us. I wonder if that's an Ash or no. No, it was nice to meet you as well, and hello to Ash. How are we doing? I did text you back, and I noticed you text me back, so not heard from me for a little bit. Nice of you to drop on the channel. I don't know if you've seen what we've been up to. We've been up to the logo board. Let me show you around. So we've got this piece of stone kicking about, and people requesting logos. So we've got Monster, Nike, Mercedes, Michael Jordan, and McLaren. So that's what I'm on with at the minute. So if you want to drop a suggestion in, you're more than welcome. And there is here, I don't know if you can just see it. No, it's just off shot. There's an apple as well. Have you been doing any walling? My reply is back to you is delayed because I don't know if you saw the start of the video, but one of the volunteers today nearly went into diabetic coma, so I ended up doing a trip to A&E, and it shoved him in the back of my truck because they said the what's it called, the ambulance would be 4 hours. I was actually on the training wall in Haversidge, which Ash knows very well, so I had to ring an ambulance there. He'd gone off for a wee, his blood sugars went high, he went off for a wee, everyone wondered where he was. And he had a bloody lay down in a ditch. He was feeling so rough, like when his blood sugar was so high, it made him really tired. That's the point where I had to step in. I was hoping the people looking after him was going to do it, but no. So the stone I'm carving, Ross said, looks like wood. So this is a piece of Derbyshire Gritstone, lovely piece of stone. It's got a slight grain there, you can see, and that's just saw marks. I've not polished it down because I know I'm going to cover it with logos. I've not polished it down. A little bit of laziness, really. It's just an old piece of stone I had kicking about. But if you want to see some stone what looks like wood on my channel, there's some Northumberland tiger stripe on there, and it's got the grain. And it's seriously like wood. It's beautiful. 360 million year old. Really nice. No, it's not wood, unfortunately. Well, I don't know if unfortunately. It's I'm an amateur stonemason, so it'd be bad if it was wood. A Rolex? Wow. Ash is chucking it out there. Have a look at a Rolex. Not going simple for me then, like with the Toyota badge or anything too easy. Yeah, so I normally do polish it, Ross, on all my other projects. This is just a piece of stone kicking about. You'll probably see later. While you're enjoying that whiskey, look through the videos. You'll see I polish it. All the saw marks go away really easy. So I just use a simple little polisher, and I polish it with a 50 grit. Sometimes move up to 100, but that's perfect on this. Goes away with the slate. I've actually got a piece of slate because I'm doing an album cover for Simple Minds Sunday. So if you're around, tune in. I've polished that down up to a 1500. there's definitely room for a Honda sign. We've got loads of room. We've got a few requests. We've got Olympic rings today. We've got the Disney jukebox. There's a brand of a jukebox. It keeps slipping my mind. It's one of them names that won't stay in. That's going on there. We can definitely put Honda in. McDonald's, someone said today. They're simple ones. We can just put them anywhere. Do you know, like, don't have to be big at McDonald's. It can just be, sneak that in there. But yeah, the Honda can go in. Someone said Red Bull. Not a massive Christian Horner, Max Verstappen fan. Trying to avoid that one and pretending it no one ever mentioned it. I don't supply them, but you can go on my channel and get a discount code for a company that do supply them called Southern Stone Limited. You can buy a kit from them with a piece of Portland stone for around £50 delivered, or you could just buy the chisels from them using the discount code, or you could buy some chisels from another company which is on the channel. They're just a review. I don't have a discount code for them. Like £13 for a set of chisels. They're like the cheapest chisels on the internet, and they're not bad to begin with. And you can go and get a piece of stone from your garden centre and have a go there, or local quarry. I mean, you're in Yorkshire, so there's plenty of stone around. The only thing I would avoid is river stone or pebbles, maybe from your beach, because that's think of a river stone, how they're round. They're really pretty and really tactile and lovely to feel. They've got something really nice about it. But that's the hardest piece of stone left, and that was a bigger piece of stone what's been rolling around on the bottom. So that's the hardest bit left. So learning to carve on them can be tricky. Really strong piece of stone. So try and avoid that to begin with. Portland stone, which they'll supply from Southern Stone Limited, is good. It's very soft. It's a lot softer than this Derbyshire Critston. A lot softer, but I mean, a York paving slab I think is a great way to start. You've got to give it some. You've got to learn about your chisels. You've got to learn about your stone. I love carving York stone. Yeah, what's to go on with there? Yeah, the whole stone could crack in half if you're doing it wrong. It depends on what you're doing on it. I mean, I do say to people when they're practicing, it's not a bad thing to push your stone to its limit. I was on about this last night when carving, because by pushing it to its limit, you've learned the limitations of yourself, the chisels, the hammer and the stone, and then you know what you can achieve. People can be a bit scared when carving. I do teach people to carve, mainly through work. I mean, I'm not sure if Ash is still on, but Ash done a bit of carving with me. I think I remember rightly, he was extremely confident, Ash, about doing a gargoyle, and actually realised it's harder than it looks. Ash has done some walling with me in the past. Ash is a good waller. Too hard it may crack. Yeah, some of it might split open. You think if there's a fossil in there or something, it could split open. You can carve it, river stone. It's just not, I don't think it's great to start with. It's not good on your chisels as well, especially if you buy cheap chisels. There's a lot better ways, but you know it can be done if you want it. It's all you've got, then you can do it. It's a shame, forget the guy's channel name or YouTube name, it's Piastri something, and he's requested it. It's a shame he's not about. He did say it might not be about. Buy a starter kit, see how you get on. If you need any advice, drop me a message. You'll find the email address in the bio. If not, just comment on the video and I'll get back to you. Yeah, we'll help out. And if you do something and you want to send it in, let everyone see what you've been working on. People like to send pictures of what they've been working on, and we'll drop them in the channel. One more thing to say before you go, if you haven't already. It's a great time to become a channel member. You can become a member of the channel, and all members get access to early discount codes. And I've got a new discount code coming out in the next week or so. So yeah, have a look at becoming a member of the channel. It's 99p, and you can save a good amount of money because you get early access to discount codes. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you've put a thumbs up on the video. If I could encourage all of you to put a thumbs up on the video, that'd be great. YouTube seem to think if people put a thumbs up on the video, in a minute I've got 4. If people seem to think that, say YouTube seems to think if we do it, then I'm doing a good job. So if you could do that, that'd be nice. I'm trying to trick YouTube into thinking I'm doing a good job. I say last night while I was on Suffolk Live and Connor, they tipped me like £15 between them, which is amazing. I've never had that before. I was actually blown away. I've had tips on videos I've done in the past and people have found useful. Connor's on now, look. Do you know I've not drank it yet, Connor. I purposely went to the shop, the One Stop on my way home, my local shop, and I bought some Hazy Jane. I'm gonna have a Hazy Jane when I finish this later. That's what I'm doing. I was just explaining that last night's live feed was strange. It had a weird feel about it. It was really nice. But I've never been tipped while I've been on a live before, or never had anybody become a channel member while I've been on a live feed before. It shoots up on the screen, says new channel member, or like the colours come up. It's incredible. So that was dead exciting. I've had people tip my videos, what have you found them useful, but their videos I've made and edited, but never on a live. I went back into the house to the wife and kids and I was beaming. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy that Hazy Jane. How was the beer? Oh, so I've answered that. And so, yeah, you missed it tonight. So I was reading back. Well, yeah, so I've nearly done the McLaren, but I've got a little bit extra to go. So if you're kicking about, then they're got an Apple logo, and I've also just made a simple YouTube, so I'm going to carve that as well. So if you're kicking about for a little bit longer, stay around like an IPA. So what we've got, Ash said we make it look so easy. I mean, just practice. Like you with your tattoos, it's just practice. Ross likes an IPA. Yeah, I like an IPA. Like I said, I've got some Hazy Janes in the fridge, but thanks to Connor and Suffolk Live. And I love something called a Green Mountain. I don't know if you've ever had a Green Mountain. It's made by a company called Thornbridge. It's like local to me in Bakewell. That's really nice. Ryan's on. Evening, Ryan. I've got some pictures of Ryan. I'm going to put on the community tab later. That's if it's okay. I was emailed back asking him if it's okay. He's done some really nice carving and candle holders. Done some really good stuff. So anyone's in the market for buying a decent candle holder off Etsy, you should contact Ryan. A family present. There's another IPA I like. It's called Fruity Foresight. I like that. It is a little bit too fruity, but actually it's quite refreshing. So what do you reckon? Are we happy with the McLaren there? Should we move on to the Apple symbol quickly? Or should we go for... Should we stick the YouTube on here? I think YouTube over here would be good. What do you reckon? Where should we go for YouTube? I reckon, should we go there? Let's do it. YouTube. Ash says YouTube. Just so all I've done with these quickly is to make life simple is printed them onto a piece of paper, glued them onto a piece of card. I say glued because I've been calling it a prick stick. Apparently it's not called a prick stick. So my wife says. I've been saying it wrong for years. And then I've hollowed them out. Hopefully I can keep this still long enough. Who else voted YouTube? Yeah, Connor voted YouTube. Not got any Apple fans in the house. Everyone must be a Samsung. Concentrating. If you could see me, I'm one of them people that stick my tongue out as I'm working. I don't want a pencil. I try and sharpen a couple of pencils, so I've always got on my hand. So we can fill the rest in if we want. You can tell what I do on my dinner break with a little Stanley knife, prepping for logo carving. We'll give it a go, shall we? Oh, Samsung, but you want to see letters carved. Well, you've come to the right place for that. You want to come and see the letters on Sunday. If all goes well, I'll be carving on the slate, which should be nice. By doing it this way as well, that should keep the McLaren in shot. So if Mr. Piastri drops by, you can see we've done it for him. Look at that. Ross is a channel member. That's exciting. Very exciting. I love seeing the green. Thank you, Ross. It's super amazing. just something special about when someone becomes a member of the channel. It makes you feel like you're doing a good job, and it's nice. Yeah, no, I really do appreciate it. I appreciate people who come back, so like people are members of the channel or just dropping by to say hello, but they come back from all that. Ash has come on, Connor's come back a couple of nights in a row, Ross is on now, he's just stumbled across the feed and now he's become a channel member. He's going to buy some chisels, he's going to watch some bits later with his Irish whiskey. What's that? Connor's flying home to Ireland. Not sure, did you say whereabouts in Ireland your home is? Well, that's good to know the algorithm is working, so that is nice. It's double whammy there. Thank you, YouTube. It's a good job. I used to spend a little bit of time in going to show the missus around. Nice. I used to spend a little bit of time in Ireland myself, so I used to. My sister was in a bluegrass band. We used to go to a place called Dunmer East in Waterford every year in her band, and then my wife's father owned a well, it was a farm, but he didn't farm it, so it was like he planted it up with trees. It had like a bit of a job what came with the Irish government, so like looking after the trees. A really nice spot. Really run down towards the end. We've sold it now. We sold it to the National Leprechaun Museum. Really great, amazing spot. If it was in this country, it'd be worth a fortune. It's worth not a lot over there. Amazing place. That was in County Clare, next to Lake Grainy, I want to say. I used to go a little bit. I used to go for a lot of fishing in Ireland with my dad. Some of the most tragic. Thanks, Ross. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Now you're a member of the channel. You go back to work and enjoy that whiskey later. Drop a comment on any of the videos if you're watching. Like I say, if you need any help with anything, just shout out. Ash, if you're still on, have you heard anything from Stevie? Obviously now they've stopped working with us now. I wonder how he's doing. I know he's got a new job. Up to 9 thumbs up, which is great. I do always aim for that magic double figures, so we're very close. Not sure. I was thinking to myself when I have that beer later off Connor and Suffolk Life, it's I was going to put a picture of it on, but I wonder if YouTube have some kind of laws against posting alcohol. I should really know that, seeing as I make videos on YouTube. Well, they can't do, because I've watched loads of reviews actually on different IPAs on there. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking then. They definitely don't. That's it, we're on to 10, double figures. Thank you, whoever that was, that kind person. I was going to say gentleman, but it might not be. Thank you. We're going to have to change our approach in a minute. Yeah, I will give you a bell. I was going to text you back today. Actually, like I said, it's been a bit chaotic with the trip to A&E with that young lad with diabetes. Yeah, I rang you. When did I ring you last? When they were doing the Warren exam. I was having a chat to Steve Clifton about you. I'm busy next few days, but next week, I'll ring you next week. Hopefully everything's going well. What's everyone else been up to today? My day's been hectic from start to finish with work. Anyone been up to much? Anything good? Anyone's family members had their GCSE results? Or anyone got anything planned for the weekend? I'm going to Manchester. I'm going to take my daughter to see the Batman museum. So I've got a bit of a Batman thing going on in Manchester this weekend. We're going to go and see them. So The Dark Knight is a great film. My daughter loves The Dark Knight. So we're going to go and have a look, see what we can see there. Ryan's working all weekend. That's a bit of a bummer. Hopefully get next weekend off though. And Connor's making pens on his lathe. I've done a little bit of lathe work, never done pens. I've seen a few at some Christmas fairs and bits, and I've always thought it was beautiful. It's always something I thought, well, I'd love to make my own pen. That's nice. Love to see some. Great to send some pictures in. Working all weekend. So I work weekend as well, but I have every other one off. So I've got this weekend off, and I've actually, if I have the weekend off, I get the Monday off as well, because I'll be working the following weekend. So this Monday's bank holiday, so that's worked out nice. I don't know what I'm going to do Monday. Hopefully something lovely. Sharpen these chisels up. What is it you do? What are you working? If you're working till 11, like a shift pattern. Emergency services. Could have done with you today. My son's at uni to be a policeman. He's in his final year to be a policeman. I do worry about him with that because it's an amazing job. All the people in the emergency services do an amazing job. I take my hat off to him. I'm not sure I can do it. I just worry about the sights he'll see and how it'll affect him. The policeman. My youngest wants to be a fireman. You have to get a certain amount of GCSEs. Oh, you're in the police? Yeah, I worry about my son going to be a policeman. I do worry about it. It's worry there's so much, like the police is not the same as it used to be. You're dealing with such things, such mental health problems in the world. It's but it's his dream, and so I'm gonna let him do it. But I do worry. Yeah, my youngest wants to be a fireman. He got his GCSE results today to go to the next stage. I suppose we best not talk about it too much because it's looking like he'll have to resit all of them, but which is not good. And I'm not going to say I told you so, but I might have mentioned about 8 months ago it's probably time to knuckle down. Never mind. I didn't do great myself at GCSE, so it's hard to say too much. So if you've been in 9 years, Ryan, what would you recommend the police force? yeah, I suppose like everything, it's got its good things, but you're dealing with a lot. Understaffed, overworked. I've always thought with the police, you're dealing with a lot of negativity because no one's ever ringing up the police to say, oh, things are going great for me. Just thought you might want to come for a brew. It's always when something bad's happening and you're stopping something from bad happening. You're seeing a lot of bad stuff. So it's not like not surrounded by positivity. And I think the way they respect the police now from when I was younger, it's so different. I can also imagine it can be quite disheartening. I don't know how realistic the police programs are on telly, but they're following real policemen around. So, but I find you watch them, they catch these people, and they get to the end of the show, and they're like, "Well, we didn't take it any further, or this happened." It must be really difficult being a policeman and seeing that it's not going anywhere. People are getting away with things. Tricky. Dark humour's a good unload. Yeah, I like a little bit of dark humour. That's probably not something we can do on YouTube. Yeah, that's exactly what I think your comment there about that is. It's tricky, but then saying that, my daughter is going off to university next year and she's doing classic Greek mythology classics. She'd like to be a teacher or a professor. And I mean, I work with loads of volunteers, so I have 1,200 volunteers. You've heard me said it before in our team, and I get a lot of teachers. I get a lot of police. I get a lot of firemen. I get a lot of everything who come volunteer me because they need a break. They need something different. They need to come, and the positivity of being around with park rangers, planting trees, building dry stone walls, repairing gates, something different. A lot of people come volunteer with me because they're looking for a change of career, and I get a hell of a lot of teachers. So there's a lot of pressure on teachers as well. So I don't think there's really too many things out there where you go, well, that's brilliant. Especially you need good money to live in this world. You need pension. You need all the bits. None of it's easy. Wouldn't it be lovely if I could just stand in the shed all day, chipping away McLaren signs? So what I'm doing here, I'm just roughing this out. You can see how I'm see you, Ryan. See you next time. Every job does have its pros and cons. Like I jokingly said, wouldn't it be nice to chisel McLaren signs out every day for your job? Well, I did that. For my job. I've been a stonemason for 15 years. I carved stone for 7 years. That was my full-time job, and it's stressful when people want more and more and more. It can that's stressful as well. I became a victim of my own success. People just wanted, my waiting list was massive. You have staff, you have rules change on dust, and you're buying stuff and buildings, and then over COVID, it's every job is stressful. Do much prefer my stone carving now when I do it like this. Do you know, more of a hobby. It's like when I first started again. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't swap what I did, because I wouldn't have the job I've got now without being a stonemason. And I've built and carved and shaped and chiseled some of the most amazing things for people. So I wouldn't swap it. But I do like this style of work where it just chiseling away quite happily with you guys on YouTube, rather than that pressure of it being a job. So yeah, all I'm doing here at the minute is just moving some material around, because obviously it's got to be different. YouTube has got to be different, so we're moving it all. It's and then we'll neaten all this up. I am missing my favourite chisel, I know that. I am in the market for some more chisels. I'm going to get on and order some. Maybe I'll use that discount code. Between my current jobs and the Navy, I laid bricks for 7 years. That's hard to do, but I didn't enjoy that one bit. No, being a brick is not easy. Some people love it, but I think it's not easy on your body long term, that. So full time wise, I built dry stone walls for 7 years, continuously for 7 years, before I was doing other, before I came full time onto carving. Yeah, not half hurt the body. My dad's 68, still goes out building dry stone walls. I wouldn't say he loves it, because it hurts your body, but he enjoys it enough to keep him going back doing it. But love is a strong word. But yeah, so you've built lots of wet walls, and brick walls, and I built lots of dry stone walls. One job I built was a mile long. It took ages. And a team of us. I was thinking, I planned on doing it this summer actually. Got a couple of dry stone walls to build. I thought it might be nice to do one live on the channel one night. Thought that might be quite interesting. But obviously summer's coming to an end and the evening's getting a little darker. I suppose there's still a bit of time to eke it out. I know that where I'm moving to, I've got plenty of dry stone walls to build, so maybe we'll save that for down the line, and you can help me build one at the new property. You'll be able to put comments on the screen, say, right, put that one there, or you need that one there. Connor, I was going to ask, so when you're making the blanks, when you're making your pens, are you buying like bulk buying all the inserts to go in the pens? Are you making them to sell, or are they just for yourself or family members? So I'm going to need to move the camera again in a minute, so start tidying some of this up. There we go. It's a bad habit of mine, keep hitting that camera. Only if you all get motion sickness. Yeah, it's a nice way, similar to me, so I'm just a hobby. It's nice to have hobbies, isn't it? You start pushing it too much, it takes the love out of stuff. Oh, come on. I'll just move that slightly now as I get in, hopefully that'll do it there. I do see a few people selling them at the fairs, and they're beautiful things, really beautiful things. I know I keep going on about this, but Ross becoming a channel member there, and it's so rewarding when that drops up on the screen like that. And then last night with Connor, and no, it's a great couple of days on YouTube there. Really rewarding. Saying to Suffolk Live last night, and I had a quick look into it and say I'm going to put a stone carving kit together with a few little bits and bobs in, do a little giveaway to the members. That'll be nice, a chance to win. I'd like to brand the hammer up a little bit. What's this? TheStoneRanger on it. I think that'd be nice. Quite a nice steady stream of people watching. When we first started, it was just me and Kitty. So it's picked up. It's got a little bit better since then, which is nice. A decent amount of people commenting. 10 thumbs up. was saying to Kitty, I did a Thursday night one a few months ago carving. I don't normally carve on a Thursday night. It's normally only Wednesday to do it. And I hardly had anyone watch. It was, you know, it's one of them where you have to think, right, no, just persevere. This will get better. Like, well, there was one point I was carving, so I have to have another phone cell so I can read the comments. And I didn't realise at the time that counts as somebody watching. The way I did it then, it doesn't so much now. And I was talking, thinking, oh, got to keep going. Somebody watching me here. So I keep talking, I keep carving, doing it, thinking, like, this person's persisting. Because I mean, I'm waffling some rubbish. And like you guys who watch know, I can waffle some rubbish. And I kept going and going and going. And there's one person, just one soul watching, then I realised it was just my other phone where I was reading the comments, what was acting as somebody watching, and it was actually just me carving and talking to myself on YouTube. That was not one of the days I rushed back in and told the wife and kids how well I was doing on YouTube. Not that they're that bothered. I think they are. Yeah, it wasn't my best hour of YouTube work, but we've had some good ones. We had one where 13,000 people were watching. That was good. I like doing some of the charity ones. I did one live 6 hours long. I really enjoyed that. I was exhausted, but no, it was for charity. Raising money was good. I raised £700 on that one. Really nice. So I'm getting there with this. You can see I've moved a lot of material around the top. Just cleaning it up now. Going round and cleaning it up. Scared about getting in that angle, so I don't want to hit the phone for a minute. So keep working on it, keep bringing it together. How easy or how hard is slate to carve? Couple of things to watch with slate. Safety specs on always, because a piece of that goes in your eye, it hurts. A little shard of glass when it gets in there, it's a pain. It's not too bad. One thing you've got to do is sharpen your chisel a lot. Got to make sure your chisel is sharp with slate. You've got to. And another thing, one thing you don't have to worry too much about with stone, got to make sure you've got to take your jewellery off, watch, ring, and be careful, because it's very easy to scratch the surface. This is very forgiving. You can have your ring on here, it's very forgiving. Slate, it's easy to scratch it, and if you've polished it, it's so yeah, just pick your angles, work on your angles right, keep your chisel sharp, and a lot of that hammer control, you know, we spoke the other night about hammer control of consistent blows with the hammer. That's really important with slate because you don't want to put grooves in there. I would suggest before doing anything for a family or friend or a customer, or just have a practice, just have a little practice, and or before you start the project, what's just for yourself, just pull a piece of slate to one side and just have a go with it, because I mean it's not easy, but it's nice to work with. It's just slightly different. Well, you might see a bit on Sunday if you're around, or you can watch it back. My next project on Sunday is slate, so. Which I've never carved live before. And actually I haven't carved a piece of slate for 18 months. So it'll be different for me again as well. Get used to it. Maybe I should take my own advice and have a little practice. But yeah, go for it. You want to have a go with slate, go for it. Picking the right slate, I should say that. Ryan's not on now, but Ryan will tell you he's just been, I think he said Brazilian slate in his message to me, what he sent. He was really happy, and the results of what he's done is really nice, but it's not lasting well outside. You can get some cheap slate, like some Portuguese slate. Lots of metal content in there, what not great, because your chisel will hit it, it'll bounce around, and you want them consistent blows. Welsh slate, very nice. Bit of Cornish green slate, nice. Another thing you could try, if you, not the easy thing to say, just try, if you know anyone who's got a bit of an old snooker table bottom. That could work. Well, that does work. I've carved it. It does work. I use Welsh slate. It's the best slate. I've used all different types of slate, and I buy it reclaimed. I bought a lot of it. I've got a lot left. That's why I'm using it. So YouTube is starting to come together. McLaren and YouTube. So I'm just going to bring you back slightly. Just need a little bit of space for the hammer and the chisel for a second. So anyone who's watching, just stumbled across the channel like Ross did earlier, just swiping around and YouTube recommended to him. You want to subscribe to the channel, you want to do a bit of stone carving, maybe you do a little bit already, just want to see some else and meet some people on the community. There's lots of us on there. There's like nearly 7,500 members on the channel now. So if you want to be part of that, that's great. I feel like we're building something really nice with people on here. Got some great people. One of which bought me a beer, which I'm going to enjoy after this. And then lots of videos if you want to have a go at carving. There's some discount codes on there, so if you want to buy some chisels or just want to use bits from around the house, there's some videos on that. There's some dry stone walling videos. There's a bit of all sorts. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, hit the subscribe button. I'll pick the wrong chisel up. Look how big that is. Hit the subscribe button. Join the Stone Ranger community. meet some new people, send some pictures in of some of the work you do. That'd be nice. You're more than welcome to be part of what we're building. YouTube's coming together. Are we happy with that? What do you think? Another logo is in there. I was just looking. I do have a needle chisel, like a punch in there. I'm not seeing it. I was looking for it the other day and I'm not seeing it. Need to find it really. I'll need it for this weekend definitely. I can see it. No. No, I was going to put a little bit of texture in the bottom of there. Connor says it's looking good. Well, that's good enough. So I'm about done, I think. I'll just give it a little bit more. So me and my wife take it in turns to cook, and it's my wife's turn to cook tonight. And I'm really surprised she hasn't shouted at me. And if she has, I've probably missed her, so I might have some cold food and maybe an angry looking face. She's not feeling very well. She's got a cold. So you've probably noticed that I like to make a little short of each one of these I do afterwards. So it's a good excuse for me to come back down a little bit later and, what should I say, titivate it. So I might leave that there. That's McLaren and YouTube added to the board. We've been on 84 minutes, wow. That's flown by. It needs a little bit of work doing to it, but I might come back after my tea and just clean it up and make a little bit of a short. Thanks for everyone who's joined in. Thanks for everyone who's been watching. Thanks for Ross for becoming a new channel member. Everyone who's watched, we've got 10 thumbs up. Anyone wants to drop another one on there quickly before I go, that'd be great. But yeah, Connor, thanks for all the comments. Everyone else. And I'll see you all possibly tomorrow. I'll see how things go, but definitely on Sunday. Yeah, have a good evening.